right, I'm going to do the bill drill. Since this is a new gun, I'm not going to be doing it with blazing fast speed. I'm just going to try to work slow and work my way up, get used to the gun. So let's see how this goes. So 309, very slow. Let's work that up a little bit. The 262, let's try it again. $259. $199. $195. $194. Kind of like it. $194, it's not bad. Literally, first shots out of the gun. So I got down to a 194 on the bill drill. If I play around with it a little more, I could probably get down in the 1/8. But before I waste too much ammo, let's move on to something else. Well, we're going to try this 10-10-10 drill and see how quickly and accurately I can get my shots off on this new gun. Let's try it out. The 626, it's not all that bad. I threw one out. So let's try it again, see if I can clean that up a little bit and pick up the time. Picked up the time to a 5:32, still threw one out. One out. Try it one last time. One out there. That was a 425, and I think I still threw one out. Let's go up here and look at it. All right, that last one was a 425. Had a line cutter there, and I threw one of those. On the first one, I knew I threw one of those. On the second one, I threw one of those, and on the third one, I threw one of those, and that, which is, in my opinion, a line cutter because it actually cut the line. But that's pretty impressive. All right, one thing that I've noticed with this gun so far, I haven't shot a ton of rounds through it, but it is getting hot to the touch. When I run my thumbs forward grip, if my thumb touches that slide, it is getting extremely hot. I'm gonna run it some more and we'll see if anything changes from there. Bear Solutions drill. Let's run this thing. Not a terrible time, a 6:44. We're gonna shoot that again and see if I can speed that time up quite a bit. All right, here we go. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! 571, boy. Now that right there was a good run, 571. I'm not gonna lie, I like this trigger better than the Glock trigger. We'll go over here in a little bit, but I got to run that one more time. Last run, Bear Solutions drill. Let's see if we can get that under a 571. Was a 551, boy. and That is a line cutter. So I didn't miss. It's a line cutter. This thing's pretty fast. I'm gonna give you my final thoughts here in a little bit. So what do I think about this Springfield Echelon? All right, let's go through my range review of it. It is still smoking hot. Boy, it's hot. All right. I'm not paid to do this review. Springfield didn't send me this gun to do the review. I bought this gun on my own dime. I paid about 600 bucks for it. All right, that's a little higher than some, a little cheaper than others. So I'm gonna give you my real world opinion on this gun. I'm gonna give you some pros, I'm gonna give you some cons. First of all, with the pros, let's get those out of the way before I go to the cons. The pros, it feels good in my hand, all right? It feels better than a Glock in my hand. Now, I'm a Glock guy. My two favorite platforms are Glocks and 1911s. I am a Glock guy, so I've learned to adjust to a Glock grip. This grip feels better in my hands than a Glock. The texture on this grip is better than any Glock I've ever shot before that hasn't had texture put on it. The aesthetics of the gun, it's a handsome gun. To me, it looks like a tricked out Glock with maybe a little bit different frame down here. But to me, it looks like a tricked out Glock, and the aesthetics of it are nice to me. So that's all the cosmetic and personal preference things of it. How did it shoot? All right, I went through about 300 rounds of ammo today. I had 0 malfunctions at all. Accuracy on the gun was very good, very good. I can probably shoot a Glock a little more accurate just because I've got so many more rounds behind the trigger of a Glock. But if I spent my time or took my time and really studied this gun, I could probably be more accurate with this gun. As a matter of fact, I know I could be more accurate with this gun than I could a Glock. The trigger on the gun, what's hot? The trigger on the gun is much better than a Glock's. Now, I'm not saying that this is a PPQ or a PDP or even a HKVP9 trigger, but it is very good. It is very good. Those triggers that I mentioned on those other guns, in my opinion, they're the best of a factory striker-fired gun. As far as striker-fired guns, the Walther PDP, PPQ, and I'll even lump in the HKVP9. Those triggers are exceptional. This trigger is really, really good. I like that there's almost no resistance until you get to the wall. And then when you get to the wall, when you're really out here on the range doing practical drills, not bullseye shooting, but practical drills, you don't notice the creep in it. The reset is short enough so that you can get quick follow-up shots, and it pushes your finger back out. That's what I like. It pushes your finger back out to reset the trigger. I like that. All that lends to making a fast gun on the range. So this gun is very fast. For a polymer frame gun, I probably shoot this gun faster than any other polymer frame gun I've ever shot. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. The optic mount on it, I like it. It sits real low. I've trained myself so that I shoot a higher optics mount on most guns just because of the way they come from the factory, like the Glock. They run on a plate. So having it sit lower in the slide takes a little getting used to, getting that first shot off, finding that dot. But towards the end of my shooting session, I was able to do it with no problems at all. I really like this sighting system that this optics mounting system that they have on there. Only time will tell if it's going to be durable enough, but so far I really like it. And this is only 300 rounds in, guys. You got to remember that. Those are some pros of the guns, things that I really, really liked on the gun. Some things that I don't like on the gun. the slide stop is in a different location from where a Glock is, and it makes it hard sometimes for me to get up there, just muscle memory, to hit that slide stop. That's something that will come with time. That's not necessarily a defect of the gun. That's my training in the past. I'll come up here, I will go to reach the slide stop, and it's in a little different area. So towards the end of the day, I was able to hit that slide stop no problem. The first time or two, it took me a minute to find the slide stop. If that's not good with you, just come over the top and rack the slide. But I hit the slide stop. One thing that's a little curious to me is how hot it gets. And it really gets hot. I mean, it is still hot. It's been about 10 minutes since I've shot, and it is still, you can cycle the gun, but it's too hot to hold on to. You couldn't hold on to it. Also, this little lever right here, the takedown lever, it's getting hot. I guess it's acting as a heat sink from the barrel, and it's getting hot in here. So, now granted, I put 300 rounds through it in a fairly quick pace, not a super quick pace, but a fairly quick pace, and it's getting hot. My Glocks don't do that. I mean, they get hot, but they don't get hot enough to where it's uncomfortable to operate the gun or put my thumb up here like I'm supposed to. My 1911s in 300 rounds in a short distance, they get hot, but they don't get so hot I can't comfortably operate the gun. This one gets pretty hot. The only other gun that I know that gets this hot this fast is the FN 509T that I've got, the FN 509 Tactical. It gets hot really fast, just as hot as this gun does. I shot some slow motion video in there to let you see what the recoil's like. It has a comfortable recoil impulse. It's not harsh at all. The only thing that I noticed in it is the muzzle tends to dip a little bit. So I'm having to literally pull my gun back up to get that second and third and fourth shot off. When I really concentrate on it, I'm noticing that muzzle is, once it recoils, it dips. And I'm having to force it back out to get that next shot on target. So it's sprung pretty heavy for a reason. It's a duty gun. This isn't a competition gun. This is a duty gun. One thing that I was worried about with the magazine release sticking, it's worked its way in. I've got no problems with it sticking anymore. It's working just fine. Overall, guys, I'm not a big Springfield guy. I'm just not. I can't stand the XDs and the XDMs. Can't stand them. Refuse to own one. And I'm sorry if y'all guys have some XDs out there and y'all like them. It's just a personal preference thing. I cannot stand those guns. This gun, ooh-wee, I really like it. And like I said, I'm not a Springfield guy, but this is a pretty nice gun. I think it is going to do good in the market. I really do. I think it's going to do good. I think it's going to compete with the Glock. I think it's going to compete with the SIG 320. Those are your two main players right now. As far as the Smith & Wesson M&P, I'm a Smith guy. I like Smiths, but this is a better gun than the Smith. At 300 rounds, we've got to put this into perspective now, okay? This is 300 rounds. We don't know how this gun's gonna hold up over 10, 20, 30,000 rounds, all right? But preliminarily, in the first 300 rounds, I gotta say, fellas, I'm a little bit shocked. Like I said, I'm not a Springfield guy. I'm really not. But this, I give credit where credit's due. I'm gonna give you an honest review. I'm gonna try to take all of my bias out of my reviews and give you an honest review on the gun that I am reviewing. And an honest review on this is at 300 rounds, wow, you got a pretty slick gun here. It's a very easy gun to shoot. It's a very fast gun to shoot. It's an accurate gun to shoot. And the trigger is really nice. for practical work, everyday work. Now, if I was going to shoot bullseye, I would want some tuning done to that trigger. But for everyday work, right out of the box from the factory, it's a nice trigger. I got to give it a thumbs up, guys. Like I said, I know I sound like I'm beating a dead horse. I'm not a Springfield guy. But this one right here is going to win some people over. I'm telling you, they're going to go out and shoot it, and it's going to win some people over. I'm going to try to get the small grip module. I don't know if they're available yet. I think they are, but I'm going to try to get the small grip module and see how it is. And I need to get some more magazines for it. Now, if they're reasonable with their magazines, you know, $45 and under, I think they're going to have a winner on their hands. I really do. I really, really do. So I appreciate y'all stopping in and watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you hadn't already, please subscribe to my channel. It's free to you, but it helps me out. I appreciate y'all again, and y'all have a good one.